Headline over at Yahoo News, this has to stop. House Democrat facing backlash for promoting physical violence at an anti-DOge protest. Right now, Americans are coming to a full realization of how insane the 2025 Democrat Party is. I remember years ago, Ben Shapiro used to say, all they have to do is stop acting crazy. All they've got to do is be a little bit more normal and they'd be more successful, and they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be normal. Americans are cheering DOge. What are you angry about? And, you know, I asked that question, but then I have to internally correct myself because I'm getting to a point where I don't care about the resistance. Let me give you a perfect example. Last night, President Trump hosted Elon Musk and Elon's little son in the Oval Office. And there was this little boy, cute little kid, hanging on the Resolute desk and picking his nose and upstaging his dad and upstaging President Trump. And it was a wonderful, amazing snapshot of where we are. In other words, there's Elon Musk with his dark MAGA hat on and his dark coat, and President Trump seated at the Resolute desk, and Elon's taking questions. And he's just one by one, whatever you ask me what you want to ask. Tell me what you want to know. Here was an example of that press event, which was one of the most refreshing, inspiring things I've ever seen. Unconventional, you bet. Very unique. Here's Elon Musk, the world's richest man, standing next to the Resolute desk, and the president allowing Elon to answer questions about DOge. In fact, here's Elon giving an explanation about DOge's work.
Another crazy thing. So, you know, one of the things is like we are trying to sort of right-size the federal bureaucracy, just make sure that this, obviously there need to be a lot of people working for the federal government, but not as many as currently. So we're saying, well, okay, well, let's, if people can retire, you know, with full benefits and everything, that would be good. They can retire, get their retirement payments, everything. And then we were told, this is actually, I think, a great anecdote, because we were told that the most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. We're like, well, why is that? Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards. And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955. So it looks like it's like a time warp. And then the speed, the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine shaft elevator can move determines how many people can retire from the federal government. And the elevator breaks down and then sometimes, and then nobody can retire.
And Trump is just clearly ecstatic about his decision to place DOge under the auspices of this brilliant guy, Elon Musk. And you know, Elon's message was really clear. This is what the American people demanded by electing Donald Trump. Donald Trump should have never won. They impeached him, they convicted him, they tried to bankrupt him, they tried to kill him. No way should November 5th have happened. But it did. The American people put Donald Trump in the Oval Office again. And here was what Elon Musk said about the people's choice.
So we've got a $2 trillion deficit, and if we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt. I mean, it's really astounding that the interest payments alone on the national debt exceed the Defense Department budget, which is shocking because we spend a lot of money on defense, but if that just keeps going, we're essentially going to bankrupt the country. So what I really want to say is, like, it's not optional for us to reduce the federal expenses. It's essential. It's essential for America to remain solvent as a country. And it's essential for America to have the resources necessary to provide things to its citizens and not simply be servicing vast amounts of debt.
Now, you know what also came up? I think Christian is scrambling to find this clip. There was a humble, gracious moment when they called Elon, one of the reporters called him out over the claim that there were millions being used to provide condoms to, was it Gaza? I think it was Gaza. And Elon Musk responded humbly with full transparency. And it was such an astounding moment because politicians never talk this way. Politicians never say, yep, I got that one wrong. When it's wrong, you got to call me out. And when you call me out, we need to correct it. Do you know how great that is? Now, I want you to hear this. This, to me, was maybe the most powerful moment of that extraordinary event last night in the Oval Office with Trump at the Resolute desk, hands folded, Elon and little X to his right. And check out this exchange over the issue of the millions being spent to provide condoms to Gaza.
Mr. Musk, you said on X that an example of the fraud that you have cited was $50 million of condoms was sent to Gaza. But after fact-check this, it apparently Gaza in Mozambique, and the program was to protect them against HIV. So can you correct the statements? It wasn't sent to Hamas, actually. It was sent to Mozambique, which makes sense why condoms was sent there.
Yeah.
And how can we make sure that all the statements that you said were correct, so we can trust what you say?
Well, first of all, some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. So nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes. I'm not sure we should be sending $50 million worth of condoms to anywhere, frankly. I'm not sure that's something Americans would be really excited about. And that is really an enormous number of condoms, if you think about it. If it went to Mozambique instead of Gaza, I'm like, okay, that's not as bad, but still, why are we doing that?
Now what a refreshing. Okay, so apparently they were going to Mozambique rather than Gaza. And as he pointed out, okay, well, I'm still not sure we got to be sending $50 million worth of condoms anywhere. That's a lot of condoms. But he said to her, if you were listening, I'm not always going to get it right. I'm not going to bat 1,000. And when I'm wrong, I need to be corrected. When's the last time you ever heard a politician, Republican or Democrat, say that? They never say that. Ever. Yes, I know what you're screaming, including Trump. I don't know that I've ever heard Trump admit he's wrong. It's not in his DNA. It's not who he is. But it's who Elon Musk is. It's who this brilliant guy, maybe the Albert Einstein of our time, is willing to do. Hey, I'm not going to bat 1,000. Now, you would think that even his critics would say, well, that was nice. That was a good moment. That was important. You want to know what the takeaway was over on MSNBC? And I'm only going to say this one time because I'm at a point right now where I don't care anymore what these lunatics are doing. They can sing their songs. They can dance their dances. They can light their hair on fire. They can curse out each other. I'm at a point where all they're doing is futile. They're spitting in the wind. But I do want to share with you the difference between right and wrong. It's right to say, gosh, that was a good moment, and that was a great event, and there's Trump with Elon and the little boy in the Oval Office explaining DOge. You can't complain about that, right? Well, MSNBC did. Lawrence O'Donnell went on air and said that Elon Musk humiliated President Donald Trump, making Trump look like the most powerless U.S. president ever caught on camera. That's Lawrence O'Donnell's takeaway on MS. And of course, the Daily Beast ran with that. That's their takeaway. Headline: Trump humiliated in the most powerless image ever. That's what desperation looks like. That's what pathetic desperation sounds like. That's what defeat looks like. Lawrence O'Donnell. He is the ultimate loser in this. MSNBC is coming up short. Anderson Cooper is falling on his face, insulting Chris Sununu last night with a schoolyard taunt. They're losing. The Democrats are on Capitol Hill singing, "We will beat DOge. We will." I mean, my kid just chewed me out. My brave MAGA warrior son said, "Dad, thanks for playing that. Now I can't get that stupid song out of my head." But son, you got to know you got to at least hear them. This is what losing sounds like. This is what Wile E. Coyote sounds like. While Trump and Elon are saying beep beep, these Democrats are on Capitol Hill going over the side of the cliff.
Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me, which side are you on? Which side are you on? We'll fight against DOge. We'll fight Elon Musk. No Elon's kept within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk. Oh,
There you go.
which side
Sorry. Which side are you on? We're fighting DOge. Those are Democrats. Those are elected representatives making complete fools of themselves because they've lost. They know they've lost. They got nothing. And I'm a little surprised that they can't do any better than this. But I'll take it because I know what side I want to be on. How about you? 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Welcome aboard. What side are you on? We're in the Relief Factor studios. I'm on your side. Hope you're on mine. Let's find out. 800-655-MIKE. Join us.